Welcome students to the third lecture on classical methods of analysis. Now here we are going to see the requirements for titrimetry. There are many requirements, but basic requirements are two. First one is volumetric glasswares and second is standard solution. Now see, volumetric glasswares include your burette, pipette, standard measuring flask, or you can say volumetric flask, etc. Now see, before using this apparatus or before using this glassware, they need to be calibrated. Now what do you mean by calibration? Actually, the calibration process involves actual measurement of the volume of liquid which is delivered against the what volume is expected to be delivered by the system. Alright, so one by one we will see the calibration of pipette, calibration of burette and calibration of standard measuring flask. Now we will begin with the calibration of pipette. But before beginning with the calibration of pipette, let's see what is pipette. I think all of you have seen in the lab what is pipette. Now it is used to deliver a fixed amount of analyte in the conical flask. These pipettes are of basically two types. First one is bulb pipette and second one is graduated pipette. Now bulb pipette Now see, this is bulb pipette and this is graduated pipette. Why this is called graduated pipette? Because marks are there on it. Now see, both these types of pipettes are available from 1 to 100 cm³ of volume. But generally these bulb pipette used are of 5, 10 and 25 cm³. Now these bulb pipette are also called as transfer pipette and they are used to deliver a definite amount of volume of liquid. Now these bulb pipette have a cylindrical bulb in the middle or at the center and which is connected to the narrow cylindrical tube at the upper end as well as at the lower end. Now see here, there is a etching mark is etched on the upper end which specifies till here if you fill the volume, it is the specified volume. Alright, now this is drawn into a narrow delivery tip here. Alright, now this delivers a fixed volume. If you have taken a pipette of 5 cm cube, you can deliver only 5 cm cube. If you have taken the pipette of 10, it will deliver 10 cm cube. Now see, in graduated pipette, this is not the case. It will deliver as per the graduation marks on it. Suppose it is a pipette of 10 and you wish to deliver 2 cm cube, fine, you can deliver 2 cm cube. Alright, and it is also a cylindrical tube which is narrowing at the tip or at the delivery end. It has got a fine delivery tip. Alright, so this was about the bulb pipette and the graduated pipette. Now moving on to the calibration of pipette. Now what is done in calibration pipette? First of all, whichever glassware you are going to calibrate, it needs to be cleaned. So it is cleaned by cleaning mixture. Now what is this cleaning mixture? It is a mixture of K2Cr2O7, that is potassium dichromate, plus concentrated H2SO4. So first step is, in calibration, fill your pipette with cleaning mixture. Alright. Then drain the cleaning mixture. Second step. Then what is to be done? Rinse and wash the pipette with distilled water. Now fourth step is, the liquid is drawn into the pipette and the meniscus is adjusted such that the itching mark is tangential to the meniscus of the liquid. Alright. Then what is done? In the fifth step, you need to deliver this liquid. So this liquid is delivered in a pre-weighed flask. How it is delivered? It is delivered in such a manner that the jet of the liquid should touch the wall of the flask and slowly move down the flask. Then after delivering the bulk, the pipette is maintained, the tip of the pipette is maintained touching wall of the flask. Why it is done so? Because to ensure that no single drop remains in the pipette, and at no point of time you are supposed to blow the pipette. So you need to just ensure by keeping it for 15 seconds that whole liquid is transferred. Now what you have to do is, you have to weigh the flask. Now from the previous weight and this weight, you can easily calculate the weight of water and also measure the temperature. Now from temperature and weight, volume of liquid can be calculated using density. because we have the formula density is equal to mass by volume. So volume will be equal to mass by density. So volume you can calculate here at this point of time. Now see, if the volume falls within that within your tolerance limit, then your pipette will be accepted, otherwise it will be rejected. So see here, volume in ml, that is capacity, and here is the tolerance limit. So these are the tolerance limit. Alright. So suppose if you are using a pipette of 2 ml, the tolerance limit, that is the difference between the two, should not exceed 0.02. Clear? So if it exceeds, your pipette will be rejected, otherwise it will be accepted. Alright. So this was about the calibration of pipette. Moving on to the calibration of burette. For that, you should know what is burette. It is a glass cylindrical tube, narrowing at the tip, which is provided with a stopcock, and here there are marks. Alright, now there is a stopcock and this tapers at the bottom, which is nothing but fine delivery tip. This is the burette. Now see, it is provided with the mark. Now can you see the whole cylindrical marks are there, they are called as major mark, which are at 1 cm cube, and there are also minor marks depending upon the least count. Alright, now moving on to calibration of burette. First step is, as I have told you, cleaning of the glassware. So you need to clean the burette. What is to be done? Here once again you have to fill the burette with your cleaning mixture. What is cleaning mixture? K2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4. You have cleaned your burette with it. Then drain the cleaning mixture. Then what you have to do is rinse and wash it with distilled water. Now in the fourth step, you will fill the burette with a liquid. And what you have to do is, you have to adjust the stopcock to remove or deliver a fixed amount of liquid in a clean, previously weighed flask. And then what you have to do is, you have to weigh the flask once again, and then after weighing the flask, what you have to do? You have to find the difference in the weight of the flask with water and without water. So you come to know the weight of the water. Or liquid. Note the temperature. Now knowing the weight and the temperature, you can always calculate the volume. Once again the formula will be the same. volume will be equal to mass by density. Knowing the density and mass, you can calculate the volume. Now here also, if it falls in the tolerance limit, it is fine, otherwise the burette will be rejected. Alright, so these are the tolerance limit for the burette. Moving on to the calibration of volumetric flask or standard measuring flask. Acha, let me differentiate what do you mean by volumetric flask and standard measuring flask. The volumetric flask of 100 cm cube is called as standard measuring flask. Alright, and rest of them are called as volumetric flask. Now these volumetric flasks, first of all you should know what is volumetric flask. It is a flat bottom flask having a narrow neck, and this neck is provided with a etching mark so that when you fill your apparatus or glassware, till the mark, a specified volume is filled here. Alright. So this is the volumetric flask which is provided with a stopper here, and it has got a etched mark. Now you have to fill your liquid till here so that a definite volume you come to know. Now these volumetric flasks are available in the size of 5, 10, then 20, 50, 100, 250, 250, then 500, then 1000 and 2000. These are the sizes in cm cube. They are available. Now how it should be calibrated? First of all, you need to clean it, dry it and weigh it. After that, you have to fill. First step is clean, dry and weigh. In the second step is you will fill it with water till the lower mark of water touches this mark. Alright, fill it with water. Once again weigh it. Difference in weight will tell you the weight of water, and once you have got the weight of water, you can easily calculate the volume of water. From the volume of water, you can you can say whether the flask will be rejected or accepted depending upon the tolerance limit. So this was about the calibration of various types of apparatus or various types of glasswares to be used in titrimetry. So this is all for today's lecture. In the next lecture, we will be seeing about the standard solutions. Alright? Okay. Thank you.